Comrade, you said something now that the president does not forget when you insult him and all of that. But you know, that would seem to be a great contradiction, open contradiction, because nobody abused the president more than Daniel Bola or Reno Omokri or Femi Fani-Kayode. And today, Reno Omokri is ambassador for Nigeria to Mexico. Daniel Bola is special advisor, equivalent to a ministerial position on a public strategic committee or something of the sort. And Femi Fani-Kayode is also an ambassador. How do you respond to that?
Tinubu has finished with them.
How? They are in government.
No, listen to me. All these ambassadors,
yes,
wait until their letters of credence have been accepted. Tinubu knew that they have no integrity. And he knew very well that they will be rejected.
Shit.
So if they are now rejected, he has played the El-Rufai card. Because he said he wasn't the one who rejected El-Rufai.
It was
National Assembly. But that same president, people who had excess baggage went to the National Assembly and they were screened. Some were even given, take a bow and leave. So Tinubu had brought them close. You know, in Machiavellian theory, a very intelligent and ardent enemy, you lure him to come within the range of attack before you deal with him. All of them now are captured within the circumference of attack. One day, even if Solomon Dalung is not alive, you will go to my grave and say, here lies a prophet that saw the future.
And then, still talking about this Christian that they will be dealt with, but you also told us here the other time that the president is busy searching for a Christian to run as his vice in 2027. Has that changed?
No, he's still part of the game. He's still part of the game.
Is it a game or
yeah.
It's real?
No, it's part of the game. You see, the Christians in the north opposed Tinubu and used
because of the Muslim thing.
Yes, they used religion. If you listen to the wife said even in the church she was being attacked and accused. Let's corroborate what I tell you, that the Tinubus don't forget, they don't forgive. So all that Tinubu is doing is to keep this large population. He's going to deal with them, and that will be over for the...
But the question, comrade, is that the vice presidential search for a Christian to replace Kashim Shettima, is this still on?
It's on. Okay. He's going to look for another Christian with credibility because he has captured Christopher Musa. If Christopher Musa had not accepted to be a minister under Tinubu when he retired,
yes,
in 2031 he would have been another Buhari, because he was much loved and liked by both Christians and Muslims. And having been born and grew up in Sokoto, he would have been like another Buhari, and Nigerian Northerners would have rallied around him. Because of that Machiavellian theory, Tinubu immediately signal danger.
Targeted and so.
Yes, and so they brought him now. A chief of defense staff who was seeing the president without protocol will now come and become Minister of Defense to go and see the president through the earth. Of course, that's just humiliating. I've been a minister, so I know what it is to be a minister before him. So, he's gone.
George Akume
is within the range. He's also captured as a clerk of the Federal Executive Council.
Is he a clerk?
He's a clerk. He's not a member of the Federal Executive Council.
Yes.
He cannot speak at council meetings except with leave. His job is to take record. And he should have been the engine room of the government. But this democracy, right from Goodluck Jonathan, had destroyed the issue of the office of the Secretary to Government. So what the Secretary of the Office of the Secretary to Government does is to attend council meeting. If Akume, look at last time, he generated a memo to set a committee for 1 billion. Immediately he signs it, was already in the social media. So it's gone. They are looking, they are still.
You've not mentioned Dogara, Yakubu Dogara.
Yakubu Dogara has been given, if you hear the name of the agency, that Yakubu Dogara is chairman there, but nothing is happening there.
What's the agency? I don't know.
I don't know. You know, Tinubu can create anything, so he's there. There's something final, credit facility, something. He's there. Nothing is happening. He's a ghost of himself. And let me tell you, that's one of my board. We were founders of APC. He's a lawyer. We went to court. We saved governors who wanted to join APC that were being haunted during Jonathan. They appointed him one big office and they were congratulating him. And then I met him. We were going for a meeting of opposition. Then I saw him very close to the gate. I said, "What are you doing here? You have Tinubu's appointment, and if the cameras pick you here, it's going to be trouble." So I forget about him. And he was not looking himself. He used to be a very...
What are you speaking about?
No, I don't want to mention names. And the young man was a ghost of himself. And I asked him. He said, since his appointment, he has not seen a dime. Most of these people that
What you want to tell us so that the public have a right to know?
no, the public have the right to know, but of course, at the Sanya versus the Federal Republic, say you cannot force somebody to disclose information. So,
Comrade, let's make progress. What is ADC doing to build a grand coalition, to bring opposition elements into the fold, so as to offer very strong opposition and chances in 2027? And I'll mention names, not like you that don't want to mention names. What efforts are you guys making in ADC to appeal, to lure Kwankwaso to the fold?
you know, we don't want to accuse the APC and behave like the APC. If you look at what happened immediately after the FCT
Elections.
council elections, you saw how the opposition political parties came together with one voice. The APC is doing a lot, but everybody has keep his strategy to his chest. Just like President Tinubu is keeping the strategy of contesting election with nobody to his chest, we're also keeping our own, because we don't want to behave like a stupid general who will invite his enemy to inspect his armory before he will go to war the following day.
So you are building a strong coalition.
It's a lot is going on underground. A lot is going on. We are reaching out. You see, in fact, it's healthier, this movement into different political parties. It's healthier. Why? Because the whole essence is that in Nigeria, we practice partisan politics. You must contest election under a platform.
Yeah.
So we need as more safe platforms for easy migration, just like when I told you what happened in Senegal. In Senegal, the party that ultimately won election was a party that they were working together, because the young man was a follower of one of the most prominent politicians who was built to win the election. It was his boy. But he went and formed a political party and was mobilizing people, because they knew that the president was desperate to take over any healthy political space. So we have experiences and we learn.
Really?
ADC is providing the war chest for opposition. But where we will end in 2027 is not yet known. We will encourage the emergence of many saved political parties, which the president may not even be eyeing it. And then the surprise will be sprung. For what we are now is not about individuals, but it's about democracy and the people of Nigeria. So if there is any healthy political party and we suffered an obstacle, we will just carefully and strategically re-strategize and strike.